I do have a skill point scroll, I can eat that.
Lucian, can you believe this man and I have commanded opposing armies in the past? I was a lieutenant out of the Stormrook garrison about 10 years ago, just a border skirmish. Yes, I remember that battle. I seem to remember being victorious as well. Sayunaa's western front is, up until yesterday, invincible.
That's warriors for you, I guess. So if I needed to buy stuff, I'd be like totally out of luck, or what? There's more stuff back here? You guys could sell me stuff instead. You sell the same things. So I'm kind of stuck here. Good thing I didn't save on the other spot. Nothing fancy here. Let's take a look at some of the things we got. I saw we'd like to get some Drake hide. $16 obsidian, wow, that's impressive. Alright, I really need to take the time to make some obsidian gear then. My only concern is if I have enough space. I can make a Drake hide vest for her. She can upgrade now. Maybe worth thinking about. So I guess this part is where I'll fade out and do some smithing and try to figure things out. I don't know. Welcome back to Tran Wins, Echoes of Aetheria. I spent however many hours it was from whatever you saw before to now farming. So I have quite a few crafting ingredients now. Let's take a look. I've got 24 obsidian just to begin with. I'm going to get more in a minute. Aetherian is down to 3, but I'm going to get a lot more of that in a minute too. I went ahead and got lots of clusters. I was thinking that I was going to need 4 of every cluster per person, so I thought I was going to need 20 clusters. Turns out that I think you can only equip Essence of Mights, Skills, and Powers on weapons. So I only need 5 of these, so I already have plenty. Now, still, that being said, I wouldn't mind maybe putting Peridot or something on some of my armor, like for Eskandar, because his stats are so low. Peridot gives you 20, Rose Rainbow gives you like 12. I did a lot of note-taking on this stuff. So for example, I can tell you that Grandmaster Schematics does work with Rugged Armor Patch. Rugged Armor Patch, you know, it seems that, and I've only done a few tries on different things like leather helmet and plate armor, but I think it adds like 10 armor for 3 weight. Now that being said, it would only is equivalent to giving you just a little bit more armor for that patch. So it is something to consider, that if you can't handle the weight, you actually will be okay not putting it on. However, that being said, I've got enough puffin feathers from my runnings my expeditions to just equip anything I want, so I don't have to worry that much about it. Dragon scale armor patches, Grandmaster schematics, and adamantium counterweights, sharpening stones, and whatever it is you put inside ingots. They come from salvaging the highest level gear. Turns out that there's also these recipe lists that are posted on the forum, but it's not that hard. You just have to basically follow the patterns that they've laid out. Now, that being said, I am playing version 1.4 or something, so maybe it was a lot more complex in the past. Yeah, I can actually make these, and I'm going to show you. I haven't totally decided what I wanted to do. I did a couple real quick things. But anyways, I told you that I was going to have a lot more obsidian. And so I'm going to have another 25 obsidian, I think. So I would find these on expeditions, and I found some Aetheria helms along the way as well. Whoops. Let's go and salvage these. I'll probably get rid of these, but right now they're just solid, so if I need another solid, I'll do that. Let's get that stuff out of that helm. What do you have? Okay, yeah, yours is something I could probably melt down and give you as powerful of a weapon as I can, so that you can maybe one-shot bosses. So let's do that. Let's make my legendary item one for Escadar. So I will actually have an extra Aetherium. Alright, and then I get all this random stuff that I will probably salvage once I'm done. We'll see. I did kind of plan most of this out, but not to the fine-tuning that I would need, because I've got puffin feathers. I don't need to, like, exactly calculate how much weight I have to spare. So yeah, if I wanted to, I can now make adamantite, which just takes 2 obsidian and a gross amount of Aetherium. It should really be the other way around, I think. 5 obsidian, 2 Aetherium, but alright, they want to improve the grind of the game, or they want to basically force your playtime. So be it. So now I have adamantite, and then you'll need 2 of these if you want to make a weapon, so... And there we go. Now, just so you know, I haven't decided if it's going to be worth it yet, but if I were to try to sell the adamantite, you'd only get 7,500. Now you're like, why would you ever want to sell that? Well, you wouldn't really want to, but you gotta remember that gold can also buy you stats. So if I have the gear at the end, then and I have nothing else to spend it on, that's something to think about, because every single one of these items, I can sell the sharpening tool, the counterweight, and the ingot for 7,500 each. So you'd salvage it first, and you'd make big bucks. That being said, Aetherium is currently not easy for me to get, so... strength and vitality. Yeah, it will raise his vitality anyways. My only concern is, what if I want dexterity later? Like, that's a thing. Like, I might want to try to make him a crossbow guy in the future. And you may be saying, well, then just reforged weapon. Well, then I'll lose the Grandmaster schematics that I put into it, and which you can make by forging like the super cloth and then salvaging that. You'll get 3 books for every super cloth. So the essence of my, if like people say crossbows are great, but I haven't. Like the forums say crossbow is great, or everything I can read on the forums makes it sound like crossbows are amazing, but I haven't managed to get any mileage out of it. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll make a save now. I'm gonna test the crossbow real fast. So let's see here. We'll save here. Let's make him an entire deck of gear so that he can leverage a crossbow. How about that? So this is my Escadar now with 958 dexterity, 288 weapon. Let's find out how good his crossbow attacks are. So we're going to do two things. First, we're going to fight a battle on normal. Okay, so Ninja Master. 83332. Let me write that down for Ninja Master. Focused shot. « 30281, I think it was? I'm not sure. Kind of went by pretty fast. Okay, so that was for Ninja Master. Let me write that down too. Dark Knight. $69348. $69348 again. That's a critical too. Conjunctivator. I couldn't read that. That's 6,000 something, or 60,000 something. 1846. I'll have to look at the footage. Shadow Dragon for Heavy Bolt. Now I'm writing all of this down. So 2-3 something. I think it was 2-3-219. We'll do Heavy Bolt on the Dark Knight. 84169. Let's try Crossbow Barrage. Can I do it on the Doombot? I better wait to do it. Maybe I'll do it on Ninja Master. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep track of that, but that feels like 4 7-3-3-2s or something. Unfortunate thing is, I'd have to stop to look at the footage, and this is my recording time. I have to stop to look at the footage if I want to decide if crossbow is right for me through math. Now, I'm gonna try switching to the dagger or whatever, and I'll try to use that as my judgment too. I will be reforging it anyway, so... Do Heavy Bolt and Conjunctivator. It's 168096. That was a critical. So yeah, I play these games and I use math to win. I don't really show much of that off because it's, I think, it's kind of boring in a video format. The data and the results will be interesting, I think, to players who are trying to really see how much they can leverage out of the game. But I think just watching me take notes is kind of the boring part. Alright, I haven't done a focus shot on a leech or an unfriendly tree yet. 116098. One, 2, 9, 6, 7, 5. 46037. I skipped focus shot on the dragon. 66908. I only have critical damage from these two. Alright, let's try crossbow barrage on him. I believe I put all the same augments on him. This time he's got different equipment on, or a different weapon style, which is strength basis, essence of strength. Alright, so the passive that he's equipped with does still add dexterity, but I should be able to still find some sort of comparison I think I can use at this point. So we'll start with my favorite, Backstab. 103798. So apparently I've been doing this for half an hour now. The Backstab does do more damage, but I can't use it as much as I could his crossbow, because I can just use that focus shot or whatever, like, repeatedly, like, just all the time. I can just keep hitting people with that. Feral Frenzy. Let's get some more data. $152. Well, that is more damage. Before I had done a focus shot and I got about 2/3 that. That's still an incredible amount of damage. But the focus shot costs 0 TP. I have no idea what the cooldown time of that is. But the difference between 2 TP, like now I'm done. Okay, I guess I could do it again. As long as he's killing enemies one at a time, but then he also has to stealth. So, let's see how much damage he does if he doesn't stealth. Right now he's still stealth. And that's 152351. Let me make sure I write that down. Alright, now he's no longer stealth. Let's see how much damage he does. So that's another thing, is I'll have to stealth every 2 or 3 moves. 27955. Alright, so that would cost me 2 TP every time I want to use it, and while it would be sustainable just for Eskandar alone, it does mean that my other allies cannot use their special powers. So, crossbow probably is the way to go. So let's do crossbow, at least for this current forging. So now we've decided. So if I make it a karambit instead, I can still use anthracite. But I will get the 20% critical. So the obsidian version will give you a 15% critical, whereas the Aetheria version will give you a 20% critical. I might do that instead. He doesn't really need evasion, I don't think. He's going to have a lot of evasion as it is. Alright, so this gives him 60 dexterity, 60 agility, 168 weapon. Now, just to give you a baseline, the regular Aetherium weapon with no trimmings, the Aetherium Karambit, if I'm saying that right, is 140 weapon. Whereas the Shiryu, or again, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, legendary, that gives him 206 weapon. So I'm kind of losing 30-ish weapon here. But I will be saving money. I could, and again, that's how I can buy Beef of Might. Because one day I would like to turn Ingrid into some sort of super tank. I don't know if that's viable, though. Now, we got plenty of Behemoth Hide. That's, while it's not the most powerful gear, it's actually very strong. I think I'll probably put Rainbow Cluster on all my stuff. I feel like having a balanced approach is very wise for my defensive playstyle. Now, there will probably be a time, like for example, Final Boss. There'll probably be a time where I can no longer go through the game with a save that has no allied deaths. Like, if I've died, I've loaded. So there'll probably be a time where at least someone will have been defeated. I'm gonna hold off on it as long as I can, though. I'm gonna fight back against it. Just because it might happen doesn't mean I should just... I don't know. So until then, I'm gonna make prismatic gear, so that way they are given extra vitality, extra agility, dexterity so they can hit things. You know, it's just a nice balance. I mean, it's all around pretty good. The total number of stat is greater as well. Okay, that's Eskandar. Now, normally I would have equipped Ingrid first because she has the least capacity. I go by in order of capacity, essentially. His dexterity is 426. What was it before, like 700? I don't really remember. Now, before I also had the Emerald Ring. And just so you know, when I was doing the strength-based attacks, I did have the Ruby Ring equipped. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Maybe I did forget, I don't know. Oh well, if I did forget, it's fine. I think we've kind of established that the crossbow is good for mini attack, whereas the daggers are good for like a single boss. So maybe I'll just make, if I get enough gear, maybe I'll make him another item that is for, you know, maybe I'll make him a crossbow-based weapon and a boss-based weapon. Who knows? How much do I actually have? 6. I can fully equip 2 more people. We'll make it Lucian, and Nikesh will do more prismatic. Ingrid will do a full set of vitality. And Soha will do, we'll say, dexterity. I don't know. Not sure how good dexterity will be for her. Maybe intelligence? Alright, so let's set up the next gear then. So this one will be for Ingrid. And I only have enough rainbow clusters to fully equip 2 of my soldiers. I'm going to put, this is going to be Lucian and Kesh. Since this one's for Ingrid, I'm gonna give her vitality, because her vitality is just awful. Alright, now this armor is for... Actually, we'll do it 1% at a time. I guess I can salvage that. His dagger, and let's go ahead and melt down her nail gun. Alright, let's equip Soha now. So we're gonna start by trashing her honed Aurite Rapier. Actually, you know what? No, we'll hold on to that just so we can compare with the before and after. So my choices are the Rapier or the Rune Blade, and I haven't quite decided if I want her to be intelligence-based. Like, I probably need to run a test on that as well. Alright. So let's do that. Let's run a test on Soha. And I'm not gonna test all of her abilities, but I will try to get a baseline. And it may just be Dark Tap, but we'll see what other things you can do. Alright, so this is another test run. So for example, I could try this right now, just to see what I do to a leech. I couldn't quite see that, but I'm sure I'll be able to see it in the footage. See, if there are jumps in battle, like it like goes from Soha to Soha, that's me cutting out me writing out the notes and then getting owned and waiting for her turn again. And let's try finally her Dark Saber. 8230. $9,000? It looked like it ranged from 2,700 to 9,000 something. 12784. And it may be that she's doing 2 hits. 22162. 14,000 damage on that. 25772. These are her stats now. Although her intelligence is still enormous, she is a strength-based character at this point, with using her champion Syncredo, or Credo, which is going to be strength and vitality essence. I do like that you can essentially build your characters on the fly. Like, I mean, not on the fly, like, you know, I can't just, like, change it right before a battle, unless I'm prepared thoroughly beforehand, but, like, if I don't have to lose 20 hours worth of work, just because I decide, oh, you know what, I want to make her a magic caster. That is kind of a nice touch. Alright, I'm undecided as to her. I think I'm more comfortable giving her strength and vitality so she can heal my team. As long as it's not like, you know, one shot, or where the enemy does more damage, I guess it's good for a defensive style. We'll do it that way. It is unfortunate just how little damage I do compared to my legendary, and I can build a legendary right now, that's the problem. Alright, so here's what we'll do.